Tell them who you are and how you came to be a part of my life.
My name is Megan Jones, and I have been a DSP, which is code for caregiver here, at Sundial for about the last 10 months. I quit teaching a year ago and decided to try something else, but I still wanted to do some sort of helping profession, so I saw this job. I had never worked in a group home before, and I thought, let's give it a try.
So, with that being said, how in those past 10, 11 months have I impacted you?
I think, well, a whole lot of ways. Right off the bat, I had no idea, really who I was going to be working with. All they told me in the interview was, you're going to be working with 3 guys, 2 of them are in wheelchairs, and 1 of them has no speech. That was all I knew going into it, which is not a whole lot. So when I got here, it was a treat right away to meet Mike, because I realized very quickly you had your mental faculties about you. And, I'd never really thought before about what life would be lived like through the lens of physical disabilities that impacts you on a daily basis in multiple ways, but totally with it mentally, and knowing what's going on around you, having normal friendships, having normal relationships, that kind of thing. That has really, I haven't really known someone like that before. I've known people with very high levels of intellectual disabilities, but not the mix you have. So it's been really interesting to see how you advocate for yourself and also how you look out for your housemates. And just that's been really cool to see how you take that upon yourself to be a fighter.
Somebody's gotta do it. Otherwise, the system will eat you and beat the crap out of you if you can't do what I can do. With that being said, if you have, if you could go back and do it all over, but knowing what you just talked about with you,
I, would I?
yeah.
Would I still be a DSP?
Yeah.
And, yeah, I would. Even though this has turned out to not necessarily be a job I will probably do long term, yeah, I absolutely still would. I have enjoyed my time here. I've really enjoyed working with not just you, but your 2 housemates.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I feel like I've brought something good to the house where I've, been able to help you guys out and help you live the lives you want to live, which is the whole point. I'm not here to tell you how to live. I'm here to listen, and you tell me how you want to live,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I've really enjoyed that. And going on outings with you all and just getting to know you as people and hear about things that you care about.
Okay, so what's the biggest pro and then what's the biggest con?
For this type of work?
Yeah, in your eyes.
The biggest pro, I think, is just really getting to know somebody on a really good basis that has been sort of like forgotten by society. Like, maybe not you so much, because you can get out more than the other 2 guys, but like, that's, we don't want to think about it like that, but that's, basically what a group home is. It's
Yeah.
let's take these people we don't really want to deal with and stick them in a place and somebody else can deal with them. And so getting to be a part of 3 really cool guys' lives and just become a person they look forward to seeing. Like, I really enjoy it when I when I come in the door on my shift and you come wheeling up and Brandon comes wheeling up and, you know, your other housemate rubs his chest, and I know that's his excited thing. That's a really cool thing to be able to, like, hey, I just made someone's day by being here. That is probably the most positive thing, just being able to connect with people like that. The con. Oh, Michael, there's so many. How would I even pick?
Oh, just one.
Yeah, just one. I think... Well, just... It's a problem with a lot of social service type of jobs, whether it's foster kids, whether it's people with disabilities, whether it's, you know, whatever. Like, there's this push to protect people, which is cool. That's a good impulse, but it swings so far in the other direction that the rules actually become a hindrance to you being able to live.
Now, let me put what she said just now in context, because she is absolutely right that the cause of my physical disability and my mental ability, I have a real bad habit of being able to find the loopholes in the rules. But if I did the way the system tried to make me live, I would be dead tomorrow. So the system is very, very broken.
Yeah. And we've talked about this before, too, that you, because of your mental abilities, combined with your physical disabilities, you don't fit in a lot of the systems that are meant to safeguard people who maybe can't take care of themselves in the same way.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I think of things about your money, of, like, you know what money's worth, you know, like, but there's all these things of, like, oh, we have to do this, and we have to do this, and it's just like, you're like, oh my god, give me my money, because you understand, but there's these black and white, one-size-fits-all rules that don't fit you.
If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you realize that I own my own business, basically. I have had relationships that have been taken away from me by the system. I've had several instances where I have been made the bad guy because of the system being so that is right. And one of the things that I find about playing with Mary is she doesn't care about what the rules say. She cares about what I say. That's because of the fact that she has taken the time to realize I have it in the head, I just don't have it in the body. So she doesn't try to make me fit into what the system tries to make me fit into. So that's my point of view.
Yeah, I think, I mean, not to say that, you know, rules and safety and that doesn't have their place. It absolutely does.
Yes.
But you also have to just bring your own sense of ethics and think that everybody's an individual. And you know what? I mean, one of the things that even they said in training at the very beginning is these are adults. You get, unless it's like a life or death safety thing, like people get to make their own choices. And then consequences come from choices for people with disabilities, just like people without disabilities. Like that was a very obvious thing to me of like, okay, yeah, like you guys, unless it's like a you know, you're gonna ride out in the street or something and get hit, like, yeah, you guys can do a lot of things for yourself and make a lot of your own choices and then see what happens. Just like I would let any of my students or my kids or anybody really do. That's a part of being human.
My theory about my life so far is I know I'm a little bit green because of my disability. And the only way I'm ever gonna fix that is to get out there and get life experience with this sound that the system doesn't really want you to do, or doesn't want its clients to do. And I don't think it's right for everybody. So, but that goes back to what I said earlier, if she sees that and sees that so a little bit of paperwork. So, yeah.
Yeah, paperwork should be there to support, not to hinder or distract from care.
And I could go on about this for hours.
Absolutely.
Over the past 11 months, we have, but I don't want to make this video too long. So, if to wrap it up, maybe what's some advice that you would give somebody who maybe wants to make the transition into this field?
I would say be aware that to do this job well, it might not be heavy on the physical labor, but it'll be heavy on the emotional labor. Like, don't just show up if you're here to microwave some meals for people and, you know, just change the bed and, you know, those kind of basic chores. Like, cool, yes, that needs to be done, but your job is to care about people at the heart of it. Care about how people want to live their lives and care about, you know, if there's behavior issues or things that aren't working, don't just look for like, well, that's not allowed, darn it. Look, okay, why is it happening? Like, why is this person throwing a fit? Why is this person angry? Why is this person not wanting to follow the rules? You can get to the heart of the matter pretty quick when you do those things, usually.
But it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a very special kind of person to do it.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to work with somebody who, like, you know, like I mentioned, one of the guys at this house doesn't speak. So he can't tell you what the issue is. So you have to take the time to get to know body language and patterns of behavior and when someone is starting to get aggravated or, you know, that that takes effort. You know, that's not an easy thing to do.
And even with me, who has a very well developed vocabulary and knows how to use it, you can tell when I'm mad and I don't have to say a word to the right person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, we have a lot of lazy people who were here, so they're clueless. But the few humans that come through that front door should be able to read the clients well.
Yeah. And you can tell when, you know, somebody appreciates you. They want to come talk to you. They want to hang out with you. They are calm when you're around. Like, that kind of thing is enjoyable, you know? When you know that you're making someone's life better, that's a really cool thing.
With this field should never be about money, because if it wasn't for us clients, the people who manage this company will not have a company to manage. So to wrap it up, if you're in my situation, you do have somebody like Mary who does the job, does it well, wants to do it. Make sure to appreciate it, because as sad as it is, her bosses never really do. And without her and people like her, the bosses wouldn't have a company to be bosses of.
That's true. Without, I mean, it's the caregivers and it's the clients that this whole company rests on. You're not going to get rich doing this job, but if you've got the right heart for it, it is a really cool way to spend your days.
Yeah. So, if you can do it, just say thank you when the holidays come around. If you celebrate, just make them hot by the boxes, chocolate, whatever.
Bottle of vodka, you know.
Just to say I appreciate you, because the fact that you do is why they keep coming to work every day. And I am very grateful. It's people like her are the reason I'm able to live my life. You're one of two. I'm my mother, and she is
Megan Jones.
we will see you in the next
Pass through town.
for her with very well might be bye.
It probably can. Our next pass through town could be far, if we're lucky.